bersama.
Ah, ah, anjir panas. Harinya panas banget. Uh, uh. Kepanasan aku. Enaknya main malam tapi malam internet lag banget, sumpah. Nggak bisa dimainin malam-malam. Ayo Lord Win, panas banget harinya. Kamu main Genshin lag nggak? Aku lag banget loh. Maksudnya PS-nya. Dibantuin spiral, maksudnya bantuin spiral gimana? Mainin maksudnya atau apa maksudnya? Co-op. Coba spiral bisa co-op ya, pasti asik loh. Emang spiral berakhir kapan? Bisa dipincet sini ya. Ada kabar apa? Kalau League Genshin aku udah tahu. Kalau selain itu aku gak tahu. Kabar gembira untuk kita semua. Kulit magis sekarang ada saatnya. Dari ya HP gak jadi pensi, datanya bisa oh iya aku tahu itu. Aku baru aja kemarin kemarin aku tahu nonton orang live saya bisa what kata aku maka udah download Genshin. Jujur ya baru minggu nih aku download Genshin di HP. Kamu punya Sino kan? Oh enggak, di sini enggak teman ya. Oh ada di ador aku tuh ya. Gak apa-apa, gak punya Sino. Lihat gak kamu Nahida gimana? Gak ambil Sino. Oh iya sih. Oh ya mending ngambil C2 Raiden, setuju aku ya. Kalau seandainya kamu ngambil C2 Raiden lebih worth it. Tapi kalau asik ya, asik punya karakter baru ya secara logika. Maksud bukan secara logika, secara asik-asik atau enggak gitu. Tapi kalau power, saya dua Raiden, ambil Layla sama Nahida. Iya, Layla sama Nahida satu banner. Habis itu siapa? Senjata B5-nya Thundering Pulse ya sama senjata Nahida. Aduh, kukira senjata kayaknya bagus sih di akun yang itu tuh. Kayaknya nggak tahu yang ngambil Thundering Pulse atau enggak. Pokoknya di akun itu ada Yelan bagus nggak pakai panah itu Yelan, tapi aku punya elegy loh. Elegy lebih bagus kan buat konsisten tim. Bantuin jogging dong, jokin bisa sih, tapi jangan terlalu berharap sama aku gak jago main Genshin. Aku nih gini ya, akunku jadi enak, OP banget akunku udah 2 tahun, hampir 2 tahun sekarang dong. Tinggal lagi mau reset spiral bisa sih. Kirim DC ku matiin sih. Emang habis sekarang musuhnya apa? Kirim aja di DC. Ini gini ya, berharap aja kok internet lancar. Makanya aku main tadi pagi itu main bentar karena gini. Aku dari pagi tadi lawas banget main. Jadi pas aku live itu cuma sejam aja. Coba jaringannya, ternyata lancar jaringan. Puja saramu udah jadi. Ya, kenapa itu? Patah-patah live. Discord tuh. Tapi aku jarang pakai kujo loh. Tapi liatin aja keadaan. Tunggu ya, aku ngasuh ya. Ini langsung aja ya supaya nggak kelamaan. Mumpung internet lancar. Kick. Mumpung internet lancar nih. Aku jangan terlalu berharap juga loh. Aku ini bukan support pro main Genshin, ini akunku yang GG ya. Disclaimer aja. Nah, ini akunku yang GG. Akunku yang lain gak aku mainin malah. Aku kan punya 4 akun. Akunku yang paling rendah akhirnya gak aku mainin habisnya. Malas. Kalau aku pribadi ya malas. Bisa sih, tapi nggak full star. Tapi malas aku. Kalau di akunku yang itu tuh. Ntar ya aku mencari ininya. Ini aku loginin. Aku tutup yang layarnya. Jelas layarnya aku tutup. Aku lihat di HP ku. Kujusara udah jadi. Kujusara itu gak bagus-bagus. Cuman kasih nobles ya. Emblem atau nobles atau emblem menurutku ya. Lalu ya gitu ya, pokoknya gitu-gitu aja. Jangan terlalu bagus-bagus. Nggak tahu ya aku nggak tahu damage-nya berapa. Kujusara itu nambah. Tunggu ya, ini bener nggak passwordnya? Mungkin aja nih lagi login aku. Kayaknya malamnya aku ntar nggak live kayaknya. Itu sudah minta kode prip yang kirim aja di mana aja. Aku kayaknya malam ini mau nonton TC. Kan TC ada yang menarik katanya. Kit Nahida menarik katanya. Nggak tahu menariknya kenapa. Aku mau nonton ntar. Mau tahu penjelasan dia apa. Jelas menarik. Dia Dendro Arkhon, habis itu nggak mungkin Dendro Arkhon nggak OP ya. Sedangkan Dendro elemen baru gitu. Jadinya jelas Arkhonnya dibikin OP. Meow. Gini. Aku gak mau mainin abis dengan lagu Genshin. Aku buka playlist bentar. Gak setiap Arkhon gak OP sih. OP loh kalau di Genshin. Siapa yang gak OP? Maksudnya OP itu dia menonjolkan sesuatu dari elemen yang kayak Zhongli shieldnya paling kuat ya di Genshin. Habis itu Penti crowd controlnya paling kuat kan di Genshin. Raiden baterainya. Ya Raiden pokoknya kayak gitu. Masih Nahida OP. Gak mungkin kan gak OP. Bennett yang OP ya. Menanggung nih. Yang OP itu scannya. Ya scannya. Iya semua scan OP loh. Ini continue nggak? Enggak ya kayaknya. Nggak tahu partimu apa. Kamu udah main Arkhon Quest pertama nggak? Arkhon Quest pertama yang susah. Aku nggak tahu partimu bentar ya. Harus try hard kah aku? Kira aku build pistolnya. Aku mau pakai tim aggro fight tadi. Kira aku build pistolnya. Tunggu ya, aku liatin yang ke build Raiden. Oh, Raidennya lumayan nih. Ya lumayan dah Raidennya. Singkatku dulu kan nggak kayak gitu. Udah lumayan itu.
Osmanthus wine tasted.
Oh, Dendro MC. Oh, udah bagian pertamanya kamu udah kan? GG loh, cerita sekarang. Tahu kan kamu cerita sekarang? Astaga. Aku GG cerita sekarang, aku suka ceritanya. Ada yang crit rate nggak ini? Yang nggak ada ya? Senjata ada yang crit rate nggak? Tunggu ya. Spoiler kah? Hah? Bukan. Enggak, sebelum itu, sebelum ketemu Sino sama Kenda sudah ke skin. Hah? Iya kan, tunggu. Iya. Tunggu aku nih. Iya, aku nggak salah. Kayaknya enggak. Mau spoiler apa enggak? Jangan. Aku mau main, makanya aku mau cepet-cepet main. Maksudnya kalau Arkhon pertama aku udah kelar, tapi yang kedua belum sama sekali aku. Tunggu ya, aku mau fokus ke tim. Aku pinjam tombak Xiao ya. Raiden, gini. Pinjam ya. Xiangling kebulet kan? Gak mungkin Xiangling gak kebulet kalau udah lama main. Iya, jelas kebulet ya. Sinkyu gak perlu dilihat. Habis itu Yelan. Ada yang IR gak di sini ya? Dipakai Raiden. Aduh, tunggu sayangnya, Maka bagus banget nih. Endes. Yes, ini ada Cino. Sino ada Cino scan. Aku tahu yang bagian awal dia sama siapa itu? Al-Hatam ya. Tunggu, aku mau fokusin build party ini. Ada ke Kazuha nggak ada ya? Lupa aku, maaf. Yang pasti tim Mutau aku keduanya ya. Tim Mutau. Aku mau Raiden nasional untuk tim yang satunya. Raiden nasional aja ya. Ya kayaknya Raiden nasional aja, walau nggak terlalu efektif pakai ini ya lan di Raiden nasional. Ini Yongli.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember.
Kazuha loh, nemennya gak dapat apa-apa aja ya. Nunggu riran aja kalau gitu. Maka senjatanya ada loh. Tunggu, akunmu ini banyak B5-nya tapi timnya ya rebutan supportnya loh. Perlu Xiangling Bandit. Kayak aku bingung, tunggu ya. Ini kalau pesta kebuet bagus sebenarnya ya, kalau punya banyak variasi, jadi kamu bisa 3 ini dipakai. Habis itu satunya mau Zhongli atau ini. Xiao bisa sih kupakai, tapi habis kali ini kurang efektif Xiao, tahu. Susah pakai Xiao, makanya aku mikir. Bentar ya, aku pikir. Aku nggak terlalu pintar banget juga bikin party. Cilda nasional ya. Cilda kebuet kan? No. Cilda nasional bisa. Sayang banget loh. Tunggu. Kujosara, itu Kujosaranya. Kujosara partinya siapa? Bener sih sama Raiden ya, tapi nggak ada Kazuha loh. Kalau ada Kazuha ya sebenarnya perlu Kazuha sih, makanya. Nah, lihat Kujonya dulu ya. Oh, elegy. Pakai Sukro aja. Sukro kurang efektif kalau di Raiden. Oh ya, kayaknya bisa ya, bisa. Aku nih terlalu nempel ke meta ya. Bisa Sukro. Pokoknya dia bisa CC ya, jadi dia kepakai sini. Ya, gak ada apa. win kalau lo dapat TTDS simpan. Ya pakai Sukro aja dah. Jadi partinya ada aman dah, partinya aman banget kayaknya. Nah di atas yang crowd control, di bawah buat lawan boss ya. Ini enak loh pakai elektro tapi ya. Coba aja ya dulu, aku nggak tahu. Butuh IR. Si Sukro nggak perlu ulti. Nggak terlalu nggak perlu diutamakan dia ultinya. Gak apa-apa. Eyooo bu. Kita pakai ini aja ya, pull the Maka aja, nggak perlu pakai Zhongli supaya cepat. Kadarnya loh, kampret ya. Iya sih, makanya harus restart terus ntar. Nah tunggu, aku lupa sesuatu. Habis nih. Tunggu, aku lupa sesuatu. Maka bagus loh senjata MC-nya. Oh sudah ada eventnya. Tapi nggak kepakai aku sendiri. Kokomi bagus ya, tapi tim Priest kalau ada Penti bagus di atas loh. Penti Sukro aku gak tahu ya tim Priest pakai Sukro enak atau enggak. Aku nggak pernah coba banget sih. Kita coba random aja. Balik lagi San, Kazuha bareng Ayato pengen kedua-duanya. Nextnya Kazuha kah? Ayato ya? Kira Cilde, kalau Cilde gue gacha loh. Jangan mundur, tunggu. Glory to the Shogun! Inazuma shines eternal! Illusion shattered! Stand clear! Everybody stand back! Flash! Swirl, Mark 2! No turning back! Torn to oblivion! Skaizo! Strike! Animal test 6301. I'm going in! Flash! Now you shall perish! Aku tahu build jalannya gimana ya, lupa aku, gak aku ubah kan. Butonya saya berapa? Busted. Let me weave you a verse. Rain outline. Satu Quietly now. Things are about to get dicey. Witness the power of Gugwa. Patah-patah game gue. Busted. Game's up. Fun's over. Time to act. Boba, get them. Rain outlines your fate. Rain cutter. Ayah. FPS ku ngeri banget pasti. Tunggu, jangan mati. Aku mau ngumpulin energinya. Aku exit ya Discordku. Kalau apa-apa aku sih dulu supaya nggak terlalu berat.
There is no escape. Teamwork is dreamwork. Stand clear. Enhanced animal module. Glory to the Shogun. Torn to oblivion. Illusion shattered. Let's light it up.
Oh, bandnya pakai senjata B5.
Animal test 6308. Storm the front. Flash. Over here. Animal hypostasis simulation. Get me going.
Yelan kenapa artinya IR? Kenapa gak HP? Enggak aku ganti. Gak aku ganti. Gak aku ganti ya. Sense-nya masih XP. Tapi paling bagus IR loh. Karena lebih stabil. Konsisten ya, makanya tadi aku Yelanku ada satu rotasi gak multi kan. Itu karena itu tadi. Karena aku kurangan IR dia. Nah maksudnya yang kayak tadi itu nggak bisa multi dia, tapi bisa nih karena aku atur. Karena si Anglingnya pakai ini juga ya Paponius. Kalau si Angling nggak pakai Paponius susah loh. Au. Nggak perlu ulti ya si itunya. Ya si Elannya nggak ulti aja, biarin aja. Kita lebih penting baterai. Main tap kadangnya harus dibakar emang. si awal tahu gak bagus kenapa? Aku tahu ya pakai senjata B5 sih. Arsan jangan lupa. Oh ya udah penuh tadi kayaknya. Kayaknya udah penuh kan? Maksudnya apa? Ini yang kadal itu ya. Gak apa-apa, aku pinjam aja. Di sini yang susah kalau kena itu.
There is no escape. Animal test 6308. Enhanced animal module 75. Strike. Torn to oblivion.
Please mati. Nggak mati dia. Oh enak mekanik gua aja gitu aja. Kayaknya enggak ya, itu kurang bagus mekanikku tadi sebenarnya. Please kemari. Yang di pojok tuh kenapa? Ini ayam. Astaga, liatin dia kabur. Mana bisa satu lebih cepat kalau ini dia nggak jauh. Net 1 menit loh sisanya, emang sempat aku.
Illusion shattered.
Mekanik juga kurang stabil aku tadi sebenarnya. Kurang efektif. Semoga aja nih nggak mati Hutau ya. Aja mati sih Hutau ya.
Witness the power of Guwa. No, my. Here comes the catch. Quietly now. You're toast. Busted. Ring cut.
Homo. Ah,
Game's up. Fun's over. Gotcha.
oh menang nih, menang. Kalau Hutau nggak mati. Kenapa burning?
Rain outlines your fate. Let me read you a verse.
Kamu ngelak maksudnya live-nya kah? Kalau ngelak live-nya berarti itu bitrate tuh kerendahan. Gaming kita kasih santuy aja. Aku gak terlalu, maksudnya gak kesal karena jaringan lancar. Jadi aku gak apa-apa. Kalau jaringan nge-lag aku bisa toxic loh. Nih dah, aku exit aja ya supaya nggak sus aku kelihatan. Di mana nih? Coba ini pakai spiral saran klaim. Oh ya, tunggu diklaim dulu kak. Tunggu. Tapi spiral ya kita dia aku saranin. Tapi sebenarnya lebih bagus kalau ada Kazuha beneran itu. Kalau Kazuha tim keduanya, tim pertamanya bagus banget loh. Atau Jin bagusnya dibanding enggak. Ya. Udah aku klaim ya, ini aku ganti. Gaming kita, let's go. Tunggu layarnya ketutup ya, we. Kalau hanya enggak. Kokomi yang Kokomi aku masih pakai gak ya? Aku punya Kokomi 2 di akunku, bukan di akun utama aku ya, satunya tuh di akunku yang karena kekurangan healer kayaknya, kekurangan hydro ya, jadi aku gacha Kokomi. Ngek. Kokomi masih tetap di party maksudnya. Kokomi juga masih kupakai loh. Thank you, oh, no problem mo. Kokomi masih kupakai nggak ya? Di akunku yang itu tuh. Kayaknya enggak ya. Yang pasti Yelan gak pernah gak aku pakai. Yelan OP banget. Aku Yelan gak pernah skip sama sekali. Pasti aku pakai terus ya.
Right. The darker fabric definitely looks a lot better.
We're back, Candace. We've got a lot to tell you.
Aku lupa storynya gimana nih. Aku tadi misinya sampai cari kakek-kakek. Grandpa. Nggak peduli aku sama grandpanya.
Sounds like everyone's friends already.
Oh, Dia's here too.
You bet. So, everything goes smoothly?
Reasonably.
I'll hate them didn't go with you?
We haven't seen him at.
Huh.
I saw him around the village entrance earlier and figured he was investigating with you.
Aletem
Guess he
sus.
must have gone off on his own.
Aletem kok
Find
gacha
out
di mana
anything
ya?
useful?
Yang pasti aku Dendro Arkhon gacha semua akun, kecuali akunku yang paling remah ya, kayaknya enggak aku gacha gitu.
So someone used a kind of
kenapa?
incense to lead the exiled scholars.
PA-nya
away
Candace
from the
kayak
village.
suaranya di telingaku.
The
Makan
resurrection of the
harinya.
Scarlet King? First I've heard of it. Far as I know, the kind of incense you just mentioned is only popular beyond the wall. Scholars are fond of it, but as you can see, there aren't many scholars still studying around these parts. Not to mention making incense is a labor-intensive process. You won't see
Udah
anybody in the
ya.
desert with the patience to make or sell
ya.
something that requires
Awas
that
dia
kind
perlu
of effort.
hydro ya. Aku berharap dia meta baru. Meta overload kah atau meta apa kan? Meta burning kah? Kalau
Makes
burning gak
sense.
apa? Siapa tau kitnya kayak gini kalau musuhnya burning damage dia nambah 20 kali atau apa gitu kan. Coba kita kayak gitu. Kayak si
If it was any
Nilo
other day,
juga harus
that would be
dikhususan
the
sama
next
Bloom
logical
kan
step.
ya.
But today, you've got
Siapa tau
me
deh
on
ya
your
kayak
team.
gitu.
So you
Ketika
get an
musuh
extra
kena
treat.
burning dan ada
Didn't
dia
you
di
say that
tim,
the villager got
apinya
his
jadi
wings from
hitam.
the tavern?
Burning hitam kayak gitu.
I also like to drink at the
Kelebihan api
tavern,
hitam,
so I know
ketika
a thing
musuh
or two
kena
about these
kena serangan
radicals
pyro,
mentioned.
damage pyro kita nambah kayak gitu. Ajay.
remembers correctly,
Coba dibikin kayak gitu ya.
leader of the radicals is
Aduh,
some
bijaya.
guy called Delavar.
Wah.
Ah yeah,
Ya wah.
Delavar, the scar
Gini ya, aku berharap dia kayak gitu sih kitnya sebenarnya, karena kalau dia nggak kayak gitu kitnya ya, anggap aja perlu hydro. Musuh dia Hutao sama Xiangling loh. Emang dia bisa ngalahin Hutao sama Xiangling? Nggak mungkin ya miHoYo bikin karakter yang lebih OP dibanding Hutao sama Xiangling loh buat Pyro. Kecuali beda kit ya. Anggap aja khusus Dendro atau khusus apa gitu. Khusus Melt kah, anggap aja kayak gitu. Jangan khusus Hydro. Musuhnya Hutao sama Xiangling loh. Kan makasih loh, aku gak mau kena spoiler di sini. Ya nggak apa-apa, santai aja. Aku main live aja supaya asik-asikan aja. Aku gak mau teriak-teriak sendiri, jadi bikin live. Tapi kalau pamit gak apa-apa, santai aja.
Know this place inside and out.
Aku ke tempat Winda. Oke, Winda main Genshin juga. Aku taunya yang kata orang dia cosplay jadi Seng. Dadah, yo.
No merc can afford to slack off on gathering
Jadiin
intelligence.
aku mod sekarang.
Every
Nope.
hour I've spent in the tavern has been a valuable.
Let's head out.
Aku jarang live, gak usah
Now hold
gak usah
on,
ada
you're staying
moderator
right
aku.
here, Sino.
Why?
Our village is not a big place. Outsiders stand out here like a sore thumb. I'd bet word about you has already gotten out. The desert is unforgiving, so the way of life here is also a lot tougher than on the outside of the wall. You survive on making connections out here. Compared to you, mercs like me are just third-rate amateurs. I've got no actual fighting skills to speak of.
Ntar kalau
That
banyak
also makes it
orang,
a whole
kayaknya
lot
gak bakalan
easier
banyak
for me
orang
to
sih,
gain
jadi gak
locals'
bakal.
trust.
Aku lihat kondisi aja tuh, tapi untuk saat ini enggak kayaknya.
I need to go around and ask some questions, but it'll be difficult if you're with me.
Fine.
Good, then we've got a plan. The Traveler and Paimon will go to Caravan
Tadi nggak janji,
with me,
tapi
and we'll try our best
kemungkinan
to
besar
figure
bisa
out where
aku
the
jadiin
mad
mod
scholars
kalau
have been
udah
taken.
ada
Sino,
udah
you'll have to stay
banyak
in the
keributan
village and
atau
continue
apa.
investigating on
Ya,
your
kayaknya
own.
gak mungkin ribut loh di live kecil kayak gini. Nanti aja gak apa-apa kata Minda. Oke. Minta jadi mod Minda. Astaga, panas banget hari ya, keringatan banget aku. Kayaknya ini yang bikin lag ya kalau live. Aku coba-coba aku rendahin ini loh. Ini aku rendahin makin lancar kalau live. Nah, itu gak ngaruh banget.
Well, here we are again.
Sounds like you're starting to get familiar with the area.
Paimon's amazed every time we see the wall of Samiel. How can a wall this tall even exist? It's almost unreal.
I know what you mean. I had the same question every time I walked this way when I was a kid. Also, why is this high wall here? And can a wall really block sandstorms?
I don't know,
It
Deya.
was only after I grew up that I realized the wall of Samiel isn't just there to keep out the sandstorms. It serves a more important purpose, keeping out people like us. Sumeru is run by wise and mighty sages. To them, us desert dwellers are nothing but tools that can be used and discarded at their whim. We're cheap labor, like livestock, but easier to control. Nothing more.
Apalagi
Even if a
laptopku
child
panas
from the
banget loh
desert got the
laptopku.
chance
Harinya
to
super
obtain an
panas.
Akasha terminal, almost all their requests for knowledge would be denied. The academia believes we're underserving. Geniuses like Sataria are 1 in a million. The other children never get a single chance to try and rewrite their fate, even though the academia knows very well
The
that we're
academia.
humans, just as they are.
That's terrible.
So this ne.
I would tear down this wall with my own hands if I could.
Hey, Dia. You're not thinking about doing anything scary, are you?
No, not at all. This place just gets me thinking, that's all. Besides, we're here to procure information.
Bentar ya,
aren't
aku
we?
ngeliat ini orang live di
We
Twitch.
gotta catch those.
Aku mau tahu ini sih spoiler enggak cerita ini? Maksudnya
Caravan Rebot is
rame enggak
crawling with
Arkhon
people,
Quest kayak
so
yang
be
kedua?
careful
Kalau
what you
enggak,
say.
aku nggak
We
usah
don't
like
want
kayaknya.
anyone to find out what we're here for.
Enak kalau enggak ini ya, teriak-teriak asik kalau lagi live. Tapi kalau enggak live, kalau enggak teriak-teriak asik enggak live.
Our mission started
Karena
the moment
kita
we
perlu mau main
arrived.
kesendirian. Ya.
Let's go check out the tavern. Maybe we'll find someone I...
Sama Naina. Pasti ada Adam atau siapa ini. Wah, mumpung internet juga lancar ya.
Just our luck. Not...
You mean you don't?
Dia, is that you?
What a
What a
coincidence.
coincidence. You're here for...
Zaki. Finally, a friendly face.
Zaki.
Oh, and who do you have with you here? Guests from another land?
Hello, Zaki.
Hello, hello. I'm Zaki. Dia's, how would you put it? Drinking buddy?
Oh, friendzone ka.
We've had drinks together a few times. You could say we
Makaro,
go back a
makaro.
ways. Anyway, as far as my friends here, they aren't too shabby, are they? You rarely see any Outlanders so friendly and respectful nowadays.
Absolutely. Much better than those people on the other side of the wall. So, Dia,
Apa nih kayak plot Attack on
Looking for
Titan
someone?
aja.
Yeah. Edgar, Delavar, or Jabari recently?
What?
of course I have. Matter of fact, we were all here drinking together just a few days ago.
Minum-minuman
I've got a
terus
spice
mereka.
trading deal from another
Like
nation. I
that.
thought maybe Delavar and his friends might be interested. Know where I could find him?
Ah, how thoughtful of you. Then I assume you also know that Delavar's been having a hard time making ends meet these days, so you came here to help him out?
Hey, keep it down. Let's just say I prefer to keep this deal a secret. Y'all at Caravan Rebot are like family. If there's more to be made, why not do it together? Besides, Delavar and his friends have muscle. They'd be a good fit for escorting the goods.
What?
Yes, how considerate of you. Delavar's my friend too,
Kami
so
dengerin
of course I can take you to him. Come with me.
Kuku kaki kakekku kaku karena kuku kaki kakakku. Kuku kaki kakek kakakku. Kuku kaki kakek kakakku kaku kakakku. Apaan aku nih?
What? So he's not at the hotel today?
Mr. Edgy.
we there yet?
We there yet?
Yep, this is the place.
This place is practically deserted. What are they doing in a place like this?
Oh no, dijebak deh ya. Kayaknya enggak. Ini bukan musuh kan?
Why don't you take a guess? Go on, a wild stab in the dark.
Oh no! It's an ambush!
Kata dia tadi.
What's
Pasti
this all
jipanya
about,
kayak gitu.
Zaki?
Come on, Dia. You really think we didn't hear about what you said back in Aru village? The boys have kept a close eye on you from the moment you set foot there. Not only do I know that you're looking for Delavar,
Me and
I
the
also
boys.
know that you've teamed up with people from the academia to look for the missing scholars.
So, you've been watching us from the very beginning?
Dia ngeliat aku pakai foto profil Sino.
Sino behind was a mistake!
And you left the strongest one in the village, didn't ya? Who do you think you are? You really thought we'd fall for your little business deal nonsense?
What?
So you and Delavar have been partners all along.
Dia, I guess it's only natural for a traveling mercenary like you to be out of the loop. Those of us who hang around the tavern have stronger bonds than you think, but you got one thing right. We're all looking forward to an uprising in Sumeru. There's nothing more we'd like to see than the desert folk overthrowing the academia.
If that's the case, then I'm sure Delavar wouldn't miss a second of
Delavar
it.
siapa? Hah?
I'll be honest with you. If it weren't for what you said in the village, your little monologue about the wall of Samiel would have convinced me that you're one of us.
Delavar. And Enger, you're here too, huh?
Long time no see, Miss Mercenary.
Oh
You should have known
no.
the traitors are what us followers of the Scarlet
Oh,
King despise
no.
the most.
Dia, I thought that you, a fellow desert dweller, would understand that the Scarlet King is greater than the Dendro Arkhon.
Oh.
Little did I know, you don't deserve to join us.
Yeah, gee, what a missed opportunity. Adopting radical views and kidnapping innocent scholars, all because of some baseless rumors. Anything else I'm missing out on?
See? There you have it. Mercenaries are just a bunch of faithless scum with only one thing on their minds. Mora. Pathetic. You're all like a pack of street rats.
You're not wrong. Mercenaries are driven by Mora, and my faith lies with whoever's paying me. As long as there's a profit to be made, anyone can become my friend.
Enough talking! Get him!
You're not talking. Get him.
Just as I expected.
Turun orang burun
Let's
loh.
teach him a lesson, traveler.
Pakai Dea kah? Coba pakai Dea ya. Santuy, Cok.
The wind knows me.
Hah?
Impossible! How could you?
So, what do you think about your meticulous network now, Zaki? How did you
Easy.
say it's only natural for a traveling mercenary like me to be out of the loop? I'm guessing your informant told you that I'm just an incompetent merc with no real fighting skills, correct? I mean, that is what I said after all. And of course you would believe everything he reported. The only thing you know about me is that I'm a mercenary, but you've never seen me in action. Even though you heard we went to handle monsters together, you believed that Candace was the only one doing all the real fighting. That so-called Flame Main is just a fraud. She admitted it herself. She just uses her connections to gain the trust of others. That's what you thought, right?
Hah?
You lied in the village because you figured that we'd have people watching you.
And you were stupid enough to fall for it. I figured as much the first time we drank together. You all thought you were so smart.
Pathetic. Oh. Jeez. Aku juga mau dibilang pathetic oleh Dea.
Whoa! So you've been planning this since we were in Aru village?
Wow, what a
No task can be
coincidence.
done without preparation. I just happened to notice a couple suspicious-looking people while you were out investigating.
Oh, but But instead of catching them right away...
Those two who were snooping around were just a couple small fries. If we want to get the real catch, we have to be patient.
Oh! You mean the funny name she mentioned back
Uncle
in Uncle
Anpu.
Ampu's house? The wide-eyed butcher...
That's just a bunch of drunk talk. Edgar and Delavar like to talk themselves up when they're drinking. Edgar, the wide-eyed butcher, and Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, or the alcohol has a way of making people share what they really think. So Edgar and Delavar always ramble in the tavern about how the Scarlet King is a superior deity.
Wow.
He's just a numbskull who fell right into our trap. Zaki was probably the best hidden of them all. My initial plan was to find Delavar first, and then try to track him down. That's what you wanted to ask when we were at Uncle Anpu's house, right? Jabari is one of the villagers you talked to. You know, the one who wanted to treat Isak and his grandpa to some food.
Wait, so he's a radical
No, he isn't. I just needed to tack on a random villager name to make the eavesdropper think that I was making some wild guesses based on my impressions.
Wow! What a genius idea!
Huh?
Well, that's an expert mercenary for ya.
Ah,
Tunggu,
you're too kind.
lagi
It
ngapain
was
sih?
straight from the usual playbook, if I'm
Lulus
honest.
aku.
So,
Ntar aku
that
nonton
thing you
orang
were
lagi
saying
biar aku
before,
lebih paham.
is it really true?
About what?
About how mercenaries only care about Mora, and that anyone's a friend as long as there's a profit.
Oh.
Does that bother you? What makes you so sure?
Oh.
Dia,
Dena?
do you dislike the Dendro Archon like the other desert folk?
You two are pretty sharp. No, I don't have anything against the Dendro Archon. I've heard a lot of nice things about the Lesser Lord from Dunyarzad. I can understand her devotion and gratitude. Dunyarzad's just an ordinary person.
Baru menarik
There's
ceritanya di
no way
sini.
a god would be so involved in the lives of everyday people unless they were truly compassionate.
Nahida,
I've begun to
pipi.
realize that the sages are behind everything that's happened recently. The radicals' blind belief in the Scarlet King, making the Dendro Archon out to be an enemy. It's all the academia's trickery.
Ah, pintar deh
But
ya.
I see through it all.
Ya, baik.
And unlike them, I can never be hostile towards anyone who's never done anything wrong.
Dia.
Anyway, looks like we're done with business here. Traveler, lend me...
Pantas dia bintang 5 ya. Mau dibikin bintang 4 pada protes saja orang kantor.
This should be all of them. I'll let you take it from here.
All right. I'll be in touch. Until then, please
Kenapa
stand
Candice
by.
bagus banget ya karakternya.
Candice, do you need any help?
Color palette-nya.
Candice will be okay on her own. I trust her, so you can too. She's been guarding Aru village for quite some time now. If anyone is qualified to question the offenders, it's her.
While I'm questioning them, why don't you pass some time by exploring the area?
I'll meet you back here
Bintang
tomorrow morning,
4 dong.
traveler. As for these idiots, let's just hope they live to see another day.
Mau dibunuhnya kok. Atau mau disiksanya kata-kata kayak gitu.
Hey, Dia.
Liatin grafik
Right on
belakangnya
time.
jelek banget karena rendernya aku rendahin. Itu ngaruh banget ya.
We'll know any
Kalau
moment
tinggi
now.
ternyata.
Paimon's been wondering. You seem to know Candice pretty well. Have you been friends for a long time?
Who's Candice?
We've known each other for some time now.
Candice
a
not
pretty
fits
interesting
in your
person.
mouth.
Oh, Paimon knows what you mean. Like a lot of martial artists say, never take the fight outside the ring.
Yep,
What?
I guess you can put it that way. It takes strong convictions to be as dedicated as she is, and shoulder that kind of responsibility. Us mercs, on the other hand, we pretty much live from one day to the next.
Well, Paimon thinks you're great too.
Really? Thanks for that.
Ngapain Zino?
Oh, Sino's here, and he's pretty early too.
Yes, I was here yesterday to help out a little.
To help out? By doing what?
Doing nothing.
Sharing some interrogation techniques.
Oh, you mean you taught Candace some more persuasive methods?
Right.
Come on in, everyone.
Orang
Come on,
Indisnya ada,
let's
Indisnya
go
nggak ada.
inside.
Ini story apa sih? Bagian ininya nggak paham aku. Candy's feet, Candy's nut fits in your mouth. Aku rencana live nggak terlalu lama sih malam ini kayaknya.
Candace, where? Whoa, you look furious.
Do I? Huh. What gave it away?
Oh, there's no mask that can hide true bloodlust. Cover up your eyes, and it'll still show itself at the corners of your mouth.
Perhaps I need to work on my composure. Still, it's perfectly understandable why I'm angry. I'm sure everyone present would agree.
Yes.
Please, don't beat us anymore. We're gonna die.
Well, looks like Sino taught her well.
You fear death yourselves, yet you do not hesitate to place the lives of others at risk.
Oh,
The absurdity is mind-boggling. The ones you call mad scholars are known to us as the village keepers. They are vital members of our community, and some even count them as family.
suara
You
dia
come
kayak
here
Candice kayak
to
keras banget
my
loh.
village, and you treat my people as nothing more than stepping stones towards your goal. Tell me, what would you do to you in my position?
Mercy! Please have mercy!
You've made your bed.
We may both be desert dwellers, but there is one thing that I understand better than you. The resurrection of the Scarlet
I
King
am
will only
beautiful.
result in war. And war serves no one. The people of Aru village care little about which god is in power. Life may be tough and tiring, but we wish to preserve our way of life.
What?
A war would only cause us to lose all that we have. And that is not a responsibility that you can afford to shoulder.
We understand. I'll tell you everything I know.
I'm listening.
You might not believe this, but it wasn't us who came up with this idea. Someone was spreading rumors in the tavern. That's how we ended up hearing about the Scarlet King's resurrection. Some mystery man told us that mad scholars will make the perfect sacrifice to usher in the Scarlet King's resurrection. They give
Antara
their
Scarra
lives,
sama Dottore
and we
itu.
can get anything we wish for.
They're called village keepers. Slip up again and you'll regret it.
Yes, so it was all that mystery man's doing. He told us to spread word about the Scarlet King's resurrection and talked us into helping him. In return, he said he'll help facilitate the resurrection process. I'm not sure.
Dottore kayaknya itu ya.
That's one.
Huh? One what?
Strike. You get a total of 3. Then, you die by my hand.
Wait, I'm telling the truth. We don't know anything. It was all him.
Bunuh
He
Sino.
got us to lure them out of
Bunuh
their
dia
houses at night with
Sino.
some kind
Aku
of incense.
dukungmu.
We take them to a junction outside the village. Then the mystery
Kenapa
guy
banyak
takes them
bacot
from there.
30 aja kan?
You gotta believe me, please. I'm telling the truth, I swear. Just
Pukul Sino.
That was indeed the truth. Traveler, go on.
Kok kita yang disuruh?
You have to believe me. If I knew that, I would have told you his name right away. I'm not risking another beating to keep his secrets. No way. That guy, he wears a cloak, and he's always careful to cover his face. He calls himself the Scarlet King's envoy.
I believe I may know what's going on.
Dottore kah?
Uncle Anpu?
Angpu?
What do you mean?
Itu dia patuh. Kaget aku.
Smooth.
Okay, speak.
If my my suspicions are correct, this mystery man they speak
Ah,
of could be
dottore.
from the academia. Some time ago, people from the academia attempted to take the village keepers away. I refused, and it strikes me now that this secretive character shares the same goal they had.
Which means it's highly likely that the academia was purposely spreading a false rumor to trick the radicals into delivering the village keepers right into their hands. They were the ones who brought them here to begin with. Now they're trying to take them back? We aren't gonna let that happen.
Not the academia again.
Just as I thought. But what could they want with the village keepers?
Iya, aku bingung itunya loh. Alasan mereka mencuri itu kenapa?
People are nothing but tools in the eyes of the
Apaan
academia.
nih? Kayak ini kayak
A
jin dia.
change in their plans likely means they found
Kayak
another way to exploit
Kiyotaka
the
aja.
scholars.
Manusia adalah alat.
Regardless,
You're right. Time to go. Let's leave the village and try to
yes.
You got it. Candace, I'll let you deal with the radicals. Leave everything else.
All right.
Let's meet back here once everyone's ready.
Ready ka? Jeez. Mami? Mami? Mama? 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 Mama Thea? Mama Thea? Mama? Buta ha? Ada yang kubah ya sedikit bentar. Bisa nggak kubah? Ya bisa sih. Coba macete. Aku mau tinggi ini, ngubah nih.
Let's get some food in us and then we'll... Woo!
Gengsileg.
Well, as you can see, I am merely sitting here and reviewing what we have deduced thus far.
You were gone for ages! And now you're suddenly sitting here musing to yourself?
Here is the Quran.
Hey, what's with the silence?
You never think things through before asking questions. I'm giving you some time to make up for that.
Paimon's so mad! Paimon's so
Ah,
mad!
nggak peduli aku sama nickname bodoh Paimon.
Never mind. There's just nothing super obvious to pick with this guy. It makes it so hard.
Bilang aja Ahegao.
You've heard nothing to
Ahegao.
suggest I left this whole time.
Yang di atas
So
bodoh tuh.
clearly, I stayed in the village to investigate.
Maka mirip
Anyway,
dong, Li.
you plan to leave Aru village and keep searching for the truth of this matter, yes?
Yep. We're not gonna find out anything more by staying here, so we thought that we might as well take the Enough with the silent treatment!
No. I'm just surprised that you decided to team up with him.
Him?
All Hatham, you haven't helped us out at all ever since we arrived at Aru village. Bold of you to question our choices.
Yeah, you're all talk!
While you were investigating, I had my own work to do, which I've now finished.
Really? Paimon doesn't believe you.
To be honest, we aren't really a team, so I have no obligation to inform you of my whereabouts. Not to mention that going separate ways allowed me to find some important information that you all had missed.
Huh? Right here in the village?
Correct.
What did you learn?
I'm going to take you to someone. But before that, you need to understand where she's coming from.
What does that mean?
Enggak.
How do you think the residents of Aru village feel about what we're doing? In other words, do you truly believe every single word the villagers tell us?
You mean some of them lied to us?
Hiding the truth does not necessarily equate to lying. Again, these people have their reasons. Remember what Candace said?
Kerennya kalau dialog itu gue.
Most people in Aru village don't necessarily care which deity is in charge of Sumeru. That's because whether the Scarlet King or the Dendro Archon has power is of little significance to them. By contrast, the perils of their daily lives are ever-present concerns. They won't simply share everything they know with you without good reason. That's why you believed there was no further information to be found in this village. Glad you're following along. Among those you have talked to, there's someone who was consciously keeping you out of the loop. In fact, she's been observing your every move since you arrived. The reason being, to someone who only wants to live their life in peace, any external factors introduce unpredictability into the equation.
Those eyes. Those fierce eyes. You look like...
Don't change the subject.
It's quite obvious that she's intimidated by Sino's authority and strength.
Itu kapan story ini lupa ko?
You were asking about the the mad...
She corrected herself mid-sentence because she's aware that there are Scarlet King fanatics in the village.
I think it's been a few days since I last saw them. I usually go to bed pretty early, so...
Remember? She made a point of denying her involvement in anything that occurs at night.
But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them. Even though they act a little strange, they've helped me in the past. If it weren't...
After speaking to the village chief, it became clear that the village keepers had protected Aru village at night. In other words, the young miss was very much awake during that time.
Then why would she...
By getting involved with an outsider, she risks drawing unwanted attention to herself. As for why she might be so wary about all this...
I'll pass on this one. You said that she is afraid of me. If so, it's best if I stay out of this.
Sino? Knock the door. Knock
Miss
knock.
Johnny, as we
Who's
discussed
there?
earlier, I've brought someone with me.
Mr. Alhaitham, I'm aware of where you stand, but...
Where?
How can I make sure that your friends think the same as you?
Huh? What do you mean? We need to...
Go ahead and talk to her. You'll get the answers you want. Go on. Earn her trust.
Is it
Go.
really that simple?
May I call you Traveler?
Call me baby,
Hi, Traveler.
little
I
baby,
want to ask you something. Do
baby
you
girl.
think the resurrection of the Scarlet King can truly change Sumeru for
Nope.
the better?
Dendro
Why is
Arkhon.
that? That's very similar to what Miss Candace says. I know you two are friends. That's why I'm willing to talk to you. Even before, I wouldn't even have the courage to ask something like this. Traveler, do you believe our lives will get better?
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah! We came here from another nation, so it isn't wrong of you to be weary. And we aren't really residents of any one nation. But even so, we've met lots of people from different places, and we've always fought for what we believed in. We have friends in Sumeru, and we want to help them. That's why we decided to stay here for a while.
Hujan ka?
I want to trust you. My apologies for posing my questions like that.
Ntar ya, ini jam
To be
berapa?
honest, I didn't expect you to come back for more information.
Alhaitham told us you have your reasons.
The fact is that only one side of my family is desert folk. I don't really fit in anywhere in Sumeru. Some believe in the Dendro Archon, while others believe in the Scarlet King. I don't belong to either side.
Hujan ka di luar
And
bentar ya.
neither side would want me.
lupa aku mute-nya. Beneran hujan ternyata di luar.
Speaking of which, the radicals mentioned that they despise traitors. Do they just think that anyone who's different from them is a traitor?
Jelas lah.
Yeah. Some people can be so narrow-minded when it comes to bloodline and beliefs. It makes no difference what I say or how I behave. I'll always be suspected of having ulterior motive. Slowly, I just stopped talking to people. I pretended not to hear or see anything. All I want is to live my life in peace. And then it happened. The village keepers who had helped me disappeared with no explanation, and I didn't dare breathe a word about—
You can tell them. I'm sure he'll keep your secret.
All right. I'll tell you what I told Al-Haytham. I actually have a sharper sense of hearing than most. Sometimes, I hear strange crying sounds in the night.
There are ghosts?
Bodoh.
Perhaps.
Raymond.
I'm not sure. It's faint, but it's definitely the sound of crying. It comes from far— It used to be louder and more frequent. But ever since you arrived in the village, it doesn't seem to happen as often. And when it does, it's much quieter.
I confirmed this with the guards on night duty. They also have someone with a good ear.
Siapa yang nangis tuh?
Because we're in the middle of a desert, you would rather believe that they are the cries of beasts than ghosts.
There's really nothing around these parts, except for an old hospital not far from the village.
I think they used to use it for treating Elazar, but it's been abandoned for years.
Abandonnya gini ya, kalau plot anime atau plot film ada tempat abandon gitu, pasti itu tempat persembunyian para penjahat atau apa organisasi rahasia. Selalu kayak gitu, tempat itu sudah dilupakan, gitu terus plotnya ya kan. Tapi nyatanya itu tempat persembunyian para penjahat biasanya. Ini apa sih? Ngambil nggak petinya? Aku malas ngambil peti. Yo.
One with nature, one with wind and cloud.
Jangan remehin trade Kazuha, aku tinggi loh biar pulih M. Harusnya 800 ya harusnya IM-nya. Ini 700-an loh. Oh iya, ada event baru ya. Ada Fenty akhirnya. Udah lah, ntar aja main quest, main event.
Time to go.
Ini biji beli kasam ya? Nggak sama loh, nggak asik loh. Udah kayak kehabisan ide sudah memang. Kehabisan masterpiece mereka.
Time to act.
Pang, pang,
Know my sword. Witness the power of Guhua.
Your sins weigh upon your soul. You stand condemned.
Oh, is this the place? It's in terrible shape, and there's sand everywhere.
Empty and forgotten. An ideal place to hide people.
Buta.
demands your fate. Rain cutter.
Into the wind. Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Time to act. Wings of darkness, come.
Judgment is upon you. Your penance is due. Guilty.
They were easier to deal with than Paimon had expected. Super strong bandits? Or monsters taller than buildings dropping out of the sky? Or... He looks super serious. We gotta stay on our A game too.
A game.
This is the one.
Wow, pintar banget lo, hitam. Wah. Wow, gak kepikiran aku harus pakai dendro lo.
Let's go in and take a look.
Good job, hitam. Apa enggak ada apa-apa?
Hey, Hitam.
Patience. Shawnee says she only hears the crying at night. We have time to burn. Until then,
We clean.
I'm taking a break.
And just like that, he sits down. Wait, he even brought a book to read? What are you reading? Let Paimon see.
Kepo? He's reading a Quran.
Okay, sure.
Huh? The natural position, which is the positional propensity of an entity in natural motion.
So, you got that?
Paimon gives up. You keep reading your book. See ya.
Nerd. You nerd.
How is he so relaxed? Look at him, reading an impossible book in a creepy place like this.
Aku kenal seseorang ya, katanya belajar itu ramai. Aku nggak paham kenapa. Hebat ya bisa kayak gitu. Belajar keramaian. Aku nggak bisa belajar keramaian. Kalau aja malah bikin stres. Belajar rame. You're lucky bastard.
Hey, Paimon's your Tibet travel guide. And anyway, it's not Paimon's fault that the books people read in Sumeru are so Paimon's getting so sleepy. Huh? What was that sound?
Oh,
There it is.
Oh.
It's coming from that direction.
Chill bro, chill. Bro, chill bro. Bro. Aku gak mau lihat hantu di Genshin.
From here? Huh. Paimon's not seeing anything.
It's from below.
But there's no way we can get down there.
Something is off about the interior here.
Wow. No,
As
puzzle.
I thought, there's a hidden structure.
Wow. It's like they tucked another hospital in. Oh, it looks like there are other mechanisms around.
No, puzzle. Hah? Domain kah jadinya sini? Hah? Aku main game horror loh vibe-nya. Yo, Dendro.
This world is full of unsolved mysteries.
For justice. Wait for my signal.
Roger.
Want me to come along?
Buta. Hey. Woo! Woo!
Our bond is strong.
One with nature. Propagate!
Scatter! Your sins weigh upon your soul. Your penance is due. Guilty.
Ow.
Your penance is due.
The wind knows me.
Lightning terrified. Our bond is.
Nowhere to run. Through me, justice is served. Guilty. You stand condemned. Guilty. Propagate.
Dissipate.
Oh, kali. Lupa ako ada itu, kenapa aku pencet kayak syukur aku ya Ruki dia bisa ngeheal.
Ayo Nana.
Plot twist, ternyata penyakit Al-Hazard yang membuat manusia jadi licar. Porapin.
Look, there's someone over there.
Who?
Good idea. Let's approach him slowly.
Wait.
Oh, ini yang Matt itu ya?
You're...
Villager Keeper.
He can't speak, and his eyes are unfocused. But he looks too young to be anyone's grand. Also, why is he the only one here?
Didn't expect to see him here.
You know him?
He's Razak, a senior of mine at the academia.
Huh?
He's a scholar too? Is he the kind that holes up in a forest and mumbles stuff?
No. And that's the problem. Razak was never involved in any of those things. He never trained in the forest, let alone reach Satyavada life. Leaving that question aside for the moment, him being here alone means that we might be too late. Looks like they've already taken everyone away. For whatever reason, they left Razak here. Perhaps they simply didn't have time to come back for him. There are drag marks on the ground. They're clearer by the doorway. Someone was forcefully drawing a cart that was loaded with something heavy.
Loaded with people?
Oh no.
That is one possibility. It looks like they were in a hurry, as if they were afraid of being caught. In their haste, they failed to notice Razak hiding in a corner.
Halo
The
Adi, wadah.
symptoms are
Nah,
identical.
Julian atau apa?
Looks like we found living proof.
Huh? Why do you say that?
Lagi
Allow
fokus
me to
aku
jog your
in
memory.
Arkhon quest.
Recall your time at Port Ormos. Don't you think his symptoms look familiar?
Kalau aja nggak mau kena spoiler jangan tonton. Atau mau mampir bilang hai nggak apa-apa, santai aja sama aku.
Oh, now that you mention it, they're acting the same way.
Correct. The academia is behind all of this. It isn't difficult to deduce their rationale. First,
Kenapa
the
kok
academia
lagi
spread a
mikir
false
banget loh
rumor
aku
of the
baca-baca
Scarlet King's
dialognya.
resurrection, emphasizing the role of the village keepers, the mad scholars who were exiled to Aru village. These rumors were all the persuasion that the radicals needed, and those based in Aru village leapt into action. Unbeknownst to them, of course, through rounding up the scholars, they were actually helping the academia. As well as being able to exploit the radicals for their own ends, this scheme has one further advantage to the academia. All the risks and responsibilities are offloaded onto the Scarlet King's followers.
Huh?
Life for the desert dwellers has been brutal ever since the Scarlet King's death all those years ago. Beneath the surface, feelings of desperation are widespread. Many would give everything they have for the prospect of something
Sekarang ini
better.
siapa sih?
Anyone looking to exploit that for their own ends simply needs
Don't
to
care.
make a few empty promises. Even if complications arise, people will see that those involved are all followers of the Scarlet King and look for no further explanation than differences of belief. A deep-seated mistrust of the desert and everyone in it by the rest of Sumeru will make sure of that. The notion of an
Astaga, kayak
academic
dididik
plot
aja oleh
wouldn't even
Alhaitham
cross
aku.
their
Tunggu.
minds. It may seem like a simple strategy,
Kepalaku
but it is
meledak.
able to work wonders under Sumeru's current
Habis baca
circumstances.
dialog dibaca ya. Dalam terpilih lama dari Nemo. Yo, kayak kenal aku nama Julianto. Adi, tapi lupa. Harus gak aku baca, aku lagi fokus banget loh. Lost clueless aku. Kayak gak kodek kepalaku.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Kita dengerin Paimon aja. Paimon bikin kesimpulan biasanya.
But there's still one very important question. Wasn't it the academia that brought the scholars to Aru village in the first place? Why does it want them back now?
Hah? Ah! Kenapa?
Throughout this process, one thing has changed. The scholars' identity. First, they were scholars. Then, they became
become
lunatics.
lunatic. Oh.
After that, they were exiles. And finally, they become missing persons.
Inti plotnya aku masih gak paham apa ini.
An exile is still patently a living, breathing human being. But when someone becomes a missing person, that is brought into question. If you can't find someone, you have no way of knowing what exactly happened to them. That makes missing people an ideal resource.
Resource? For what exactly?
One possibility is that the information in their brains could
Oh,
be extracted
no!
into knowledge capsules.
No!
Extracted? You mean
No!
knowledge comes from people's brains?
Hah? Makanya mereka jadi gila itu oleh otaknya diambil lah.
With the technology of the Sumeru academia, it's entirely possible. Perhaps the process caused them great suffering, which is why they cry out in the dead of night when no one is watching them.
Hah? Gimana cara ngambil otak?
So,
Data otak maksudnya.
human brain. Nope, nah. Hyman doesn't want to think about this.
Drag terus lo akhir-akhir di cerita
I'm the
Genshin.
academia scribe after all. Anyway,
Kasip ko.
judging by Razak's state, the contents of a divine knowledge capsule were extracted from his mind.
Berarti kapsul
something
tuh
went wrong in
dari
the process.
pengetahuan manusia kah? Kukira kapsul tuh kita tulis data kayak gitu, ternyata nggak diambil dari otak, data otak orang ya. Jadi orang itu hilang ingatan atau
Or
apa?
perhaps his curiosity got the better of him,
Menarik
and he used
cerita
such a
tempat
capsule for
wisdom.
himself.
Tapi ini plot up, ini nggak ada plot sama, nggak ada pengaruhnya sama story lah. Kayaknya. No, that can be right. Most of the math scholar had made contact with the divine consequences. Well, that. Aku jadi PA-nya MC. It's also safe.
The look on your face tells me you've realized the answer.
Nah, bahas Dotorenya tadi ke skip malah.
That's right. To some scholars, gaining knowledge about the gods is their entire life's pursuit. Extracting canned knowledge is just one of the extreme measures they However, I can't help but wonder, what do they seek to gain from divine knowledge? The academia is going out of their way to look for forbidden knowledge. But what is the ultimate goal?
Untuk namanya Altaiza. Ya intinya untuk apa mereka? Aku masih bingung juga tuh dari awal main. Untuk mendapat pengetahuan dari ilmu siul kan para akademia nih. Jadi yang menghisap jamur atau apa tuh? Jadi mabuk mahalu. Tapi intinya buat apa loh? Enggak ada kan?
I've spent quite some time trying to analyze the contents of the divine knowledge capsule, but to no avail. It seems like my way of thinking is too different from theirs.
You mean you're not even slightly interested in getting your hands on this forbidden stuff?
All scholars seek to expand the horizons of knowledge, but I'm not particularly interested in gods, so I don't share their degree of zealotry.
Huh?
Extracting information from people as if they were lifeless objects?
Sounds like you're really against all this.
Of course. The academia's actions run contrary to their rules. Whether it be academics or knowledge, everything has its boundaries. If those lines are crossed, the rules and order
Mana sekarang sama Dotore di bagian pertama aja hype-nya.
This matter needs to be corrected, just like fixing a typo in a book.
Wait, didn't you step in to help because you felt sympathy for those?
Not to be callous, but no. My
Alhetan
criteria are a
manusia
little
kan?
more restrictive than that.
Kenapa kenal Jongli?
There is no
Atau
shortage of
robot ya?
suffering in Sumeru, and the same can be said for the rest of Tibet as
Gak
well.
mungkin deh kayak hidup robot.
What do you plan to do about that? Save every last person?
Suffering is save every last person.
Probably not.
I'm the hero after all.
Someone's not sure.
You can say that. Simply put, I don't blindly place my faith into strength or heroism. I do what I want. The divine knowledge capsule is something I want to investigate in full. That doesn't mean I'm willing to take action for the sake of a few strangers.
Apa mau berteman sama hal hitam? Sus banget loh orangnya.
Wanting to say this for a while. There are a lot of bad guys in the academia, but you're not one of them. You're their weirdo.
You're probably right.
Sarang dia, Maimon.
Oh, I must say,
Let's go,
I enjoy this
Maimon.
feeling of being the odd one out. Uniqueness is also an asset, is it not?
Nah, you're wrong.
Wow, that's a great way to think about it. Paimon's really impressed.
Maimon dicuci otaknya oleh hal hitam.
Similar mindset. Her life would definitely be a lot easier.
I'm just a more likable person than her in general.
Lalu kayak gimana nih nasib Razak nah. Tadi siapa namanya? Razi.
He won't last long if we leave him here. Let's take him with us.
Siapa nasibnya kesian dia?
We'll work out our next step after we return to Aru village.
Kena mental, otaknya diambil kena mentalnya.
Stand with me.
Ada tempat rahasia di sini kayaknya. Pas dapet di. Hati. kasih lau. Gak ada apa-apa lah. Oh ya, aku suka pet ini. Pet diberi anniversary ini. Orang pada heboh lagi hadiah anniversary 20 gacha pada ribut orang. Maka aku suka loh. Mending dikasih daripada enggak kan? Lagi pula gamenya free to play loh. Kalau mereka kasih kebanyakan rugi. Karena mayoritas main Genshin free to play kan. Apalagi para WL udah banyak yang enggak C6 karakter kan. Banyak streamer aku liatin di Twitch ya. Di Twitch udah enggak C6 karakter lagi. Yang B5. Awal-awal aja hype Genshin. Karena Genshin ya bikin karakter semakin lama semakin balance. Balance ya, maksudnya fungsi setiap karakter tuh beda-beda.
We're back!
You must be tired. You should rest and take some water.
What's the situation?
Sino lawak terus.
Who's this?
Unfortunately, somebody who's too young to take on the role of Isak's grandfather. Nevertheless, he's one of the people we're trying to find.
Malah para
So,
makanan.
at one point in time, the abandoned Elazar hospital served as the academia's site for extracting divine Kant knowledge.
Yep, pretty much.
Their plan must have been implemented at some point before we arrived at Aru village, since divine Kant knowledge has been in circulation for a while now. Yet, they fled once we were headed to the village, almost as if they knew we were on their trail.
Yeah, why is that?
We may have a mole. One of us could be secretly revealing our whereabouts to the academia.
Oh no. Imposter.
Huh? Are our friendships that shallow?
Looks like none of you have realized wherein lies the issue.
Siapa yang sus? Hah?
Sino, you're the reason why they can predict our movements.
Oh no.
Wait, what's that supposed to mean?
Choose your next words very carefully.
Oh no.
It is simply a logical inference. I have my reasons.
So what you're saying is,
Aduh.
Sino's the mole.
Sino.
Interesting. And here I thought you were the most suspicious one, Al-Haytham, since you were always acting alone.
Nah, itu aku percaya sama dia.
I know. You have a point. But I realized something as we were returning from the hospital. Sino isn't like any of us.
What are you trying to say?
Do you still remember who you are, General Mahamatra?
Hah? Otaknya diambil lah.
As a Matra, you are no doubt privy to certain kinds of information. Before you can take action against someone, you are required to have all the facts available, including the less than savory details. Simply put, the academia has traditionally allowed you access to a wealth of sensitive information. Knowing their modus operandi, wouldn't you expect them to take precautions against you? If you want to raise a vicious wolf, you need to make sure that you can avoid its bite.
The academia is monitoring me?
No. Tino, bodoh banget.
It's not that simple. The academia has eyes all over Sumeru, but they have a special protocol for dealing with you. Every so often comes a Nyagarbaha Day. On this day, the academia enters new information into the Akasha through knowledge capsules. I remember seeing the thick notebook next to the control panel once. Its contents were all about the General Mahamatra, his activities throughout the day, preferred methods of enacting judgment, everything.
You're saying that the academia entered my information into the Akasha too? What's the point in doing that? My actions aren't important enough to be added into the Akasha.
The Akasha is capable of computation. The Akasha's algorithms are entirely capable of predicting your movements using the data entered. When you would depart, the route you would follow, your destination.
Oh
It
no.
knew all of this.
It predicted my every move.
Sino bodoh.
The academia has been watching you longer than you think.
Dan Alhetam diam aja. Pintar lagi, Alhetam diam lagi. Bodoh, semua bodoh.
So that's how it is. Sino adheres to his principles so strongly that he's actually a thorn in their side. Tenacity of will and steadfast faith are worthless to the academia. They need scholars who are... Sino, don't take it to heart. This just proves how much of a trustworthy ally you are.
They escaped because of me.
Oh no.
Don't blame yourself. It's not like any of us would have known.
I have an idea. If they predicted my movements, then I might be able to guess where they went.
Whoa, you bounced back fast.
There is always an opportunity for safety after danger passes.
Oh, so that's how it is! Paimon gets it now!
Why am I don't understand shit?
If the academia is trying to avoid Sino, then the safest place would be...
Stop.
Yep, that's right!
What? Hah?
They'll want to proceed in the direction opposite.
Kenapa
of
ya
where
tiba-tiba
I go.
berdiri?
I must go.
There's also something I want to investigate.
Let's go, guys! After him! Please, wait! I want to go too!
Astaga, bocil mati ntar kau.
You want to go too? If so, you have to...
I want to find Grandpa.
Astaga. Plotnya Isak mati pasti.
Everyone? I
Ini
leave him in
gampang
your
jadi
hands.
kalau plot kayak gini ada karakter nggak guna yang nggak ikut-ikutan tiba-tiba ikut pasti mati loh.
Yay! Let's go! Remember to pack some food with you?
What you
Paimon feels
Paimon?
like we're...
Aku juga lapar Paimon, tapi aku nggak segitunya loh. Bodoh. Kami sama. Kami sama. Ini aku bikin low up apa bedanya?
So, where do we go from here?
Yes. After leaving the village, we should head straight toward the desert.
Astaga.
I know the desert like the back of my hand.
Hi, don't asking.
Because you play here a lot? Yep.
I didn't
One
ask.
time, Grandpa almost
Isaac.
got lost in the desert. But I
Tunggu
was the
Seno,
one who
ini
brought
lebih
him
penting
back.
arte lo buat build kau. You need this arte, Sino.
There's something here.
It's
What's
poop.
this?
It's poop.
It's buried in the sand. Looks...
And Paimon thought running around everywhere was already enough work. Okay. So, we have to dig it out?
These are likely fragments of an academia-developed device, something akin to a headset.
Headset. VR headset kan nih.
Looks like there were more than one village keeper. They must have been escorted this way because there are device fragments scattered around here. Let's split up and search the area. Chances are that we'll...
Syukur cutscene, aku juga malas cari loh.
Is this what we're searching for?
PR headset.
Looks kind of scary.
Itu PR headset.
This is definitely a device used to extract divine knowledge.
Oh no. Gimana plot ya? Kita manusia nih pakai PR headset, ternyata PR headset itu untuk mengekstrak data-data di otak kita loh.
How did it end up buried in the sand? That can't have been part of the plan. They must have been attacked along the way.
Wait, what? Grandpa, I hope you're okay. Don't worry, your grandpa's gonna be fine.
Razak
Your
didn't
grandpa
display
gonna
any
be
signs
died.
of starvation or dehydration, which means that they left fairly recently.
We should be able to catch up.
One more thing. Given that the device had been entirely covered by sand, I believe the attack must have happened prior to the sandstorm.
Ah,
Let's keep going.
aku kira ada yang ngubur.
Can't have gone far.
Berarti pas ada serigala yang bisa menyerang. Iya kayaknya ya.
But running on sand is so tiring.
Ngapain sih putar?
You're flying, aren't you, Paimon? Is flying over sand tiring too?
Paimon bodoh.
Of course it is.
Paimon aho gak? Aho. Kenapa nengok-nengok ke belakang so cepat kau?
Voices, over there.
Hah? Apa nggak ada?
It sounds like an argument.
Whoa, you have really good ears.
Dia punya 4 telinga, Paimon.
Don't get any closer. They'll notice us.
Dia's talking with the Eremites? Very interesting. Let's listen in.
If you had informed me sooner, there'd be plenty of room for us to...
You're one of us. We would never lie.
Scholars. You don't know as much as I do. Need me to...
I knew it. That's...
Dia? Why would you? Dia!
Bodoh ya kan?
Hey, what are you doing?
Huh?
Dasar bocil.
Didn't you say you'd help me find Grandpa? Why are you on their side?
Well, look who's here.
This complicates things.
You've betrayed Aru village?
So, this is the great General Mahamatra. Dear, you'd be better off as my assistant than hanging around with this motley crew. Seen for yourself. I have the means and methods.
I'm not the type that's easily swayed, Rahman. You of all
Rahman.
people should know that.
No, kenapa namanya Rahman?
What's going on, Dia? Whose side are you on here?
Bocil tuh bunuh aja, semoga mati dia.
Shut it, Paimon.
Ya, shut the fuck up, Paimon.
It doesn't matter. Whichever side you pick, nothing could deter us from the grand mission of resurrecting the Scarlet.
Face the facts, Rahman. It's not gonna happen. You should understand that more than anyone. Have all your years as a merc taught you nothing about placing hopes in a ruler?
I'm a desert dweller and a proud follower of the Scarlet King. Whether I live by the edge of the sword or in peaceful comfort, my soul will always carry this.
It's not too late yet. The village mad scholars aren't gonna bring the Scarlet King back to life.
You don't understand, my dear lady. Pursuing our faith is our purpose.
How dare you say that to
Even
my,
if the chance of
to my
success
mama.
is 1 in a million, we must be willing to give everything we have.
Even if it'll expose you to the academia? Even if they end up disbanding the Eremites? Your Eremites, which you've...
Yes.
Rahman.
We've waited a long time for this day to come. The sun and the moon no longer shine here. All you see now is cracks in this desiccated land. With these scholars in our custody, we'll stomp the Academia's forces and fight our way beyond the wall of Samiel.
Ridiculous. Think about it. The Academia controls the entirety of Sumeru. Your powers are negligible in compare. If you still don't believe me, then try asking these two men. They're also against the Academia, but neither of them are as arrogant as you are.
They look more like pawns of the Academia to me. Why would I listen to anything the people of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata have to say? Filthy traitors. Your god abandoned all honor and betrayed the Scarlet King.
It's impossible to communicate with someone so hostile. Perhaps we should.
Do you really believe that by kidnapping the scholars, you'll be able to negotiate with the Academia? These people have no value as bargaining chips, but I could be persuaded to take their place as your next hostage.
Oh?
These scholars were exiled from the Academia. I, on the other hand, am their current scribe, and will be a much greater asset to you.
Wait, you can't be serious.
So, you want to trade places with the hostages, do you?
Precisely. Any wise person would gladly accept my offer.
What?
What are you thinking? What if they decide to kill you instead?
Well, that would be bad luck for me.
No.
However, I'd get the chance to observe the scholars, perhaps even find out the truth.
Think you can talk me over with that confident look of yours?
I'm not trying to persuade you. I'm using this as a means of joining forces against the Academia.
You are the scribe. What do you have against the Academia?
Not all desert dwellers believe in the Scarlet King, and the same applies to the Academia. Why must all knowledge seekers approve of the Academia's way of doing things?
Sangit loh dia. Marah dia.
You Academia scum. Every last one of you is nothing but a hypocrite, just like everyone else on the other side of that wall. I've made myself clear enough.
Not so fast. I'll hate them. Do you stand by everything you just said?
I never make empty promises.
You know you're making a dangerous decision.
I do.
Good. Raman, hear me out. These people are my friends. Maybe you can't take the followers of the Dendro Arkhon at their word, but
we've known each other for years.
In that case, I'm willing to vouch for their honesty with my right arm.
Oh! Dia. Tangan kanannya apa? Kenapa spesial dari tangan kanannya?
Come on, Raman, don't be a coward. If you're serious about taking on the Academia, you need to steel yourself. You can't be afraid.
An arm from the Flame Main. You've piqued my interest. But what if you refuse to oblige? What should I do then? No one's a fool here, Dia. We're mercs.
You're not wrong, but this is different. I promised my friends that we'd bring back the village keepers together.
Let's do it right here then. Give me your right arm as proof of your resolve.
Ingat apa itu? 8 ke? Enggak, itu apa? Aku nggak tahu apa-apa. Itu apa? Kode nuklir. Kode kode N. Kode N kah? Itu apaan?
Don't listen to him! He's not even trying to negotiate! He just wants to make things more difficult!
That's fine.
Are you crazy?
We came here to save lives. One arm for that many people is still a pretty good deal, if you ask me. Raman, I'm holding up my end of the deal here. You'd better not let me down.
Ah. ID. ID. Tunggu aku liatin ntar.
Go ahead and cut off her right arm.
Dipotong ya tangannya, jangan lah.
Dia, what are you gonna do? Think of something!
You don't have to go this far.
That's not for you to decide.
do it.
Cutscene. Kenapa kayak film India? Hah?
Stop.
What's wrong? Can't do it?
Flame Main.
Emang apa itu YD-nya? Ada apa sama YD-nya? Mau di-review atau apa maksudnya?
Cutting off your arm is no different than cutting off my own fingers. Where's the sense in cutting my own kin to pieces?
Bulan April ini mau ada apa bulan April ini mau?
You've shown me that you're serious.
Aku selama dari Januari nggak buka Nemo lagi sih.
Meet me in the desert at noon.
Nandem mau naik. 8.000 98387. Lamanya cutscene-nya.
I was really counting on him not going through with it.
Scan-nya. Perasaan pas bulan April pada minggat ini mau karena udah. Itu tahun lalu kah? Oh tahun lalu, iya kayaknya. Tahun lalu aku paling nggak, lupa aku Oh ya Januari masih di Nemo ya, aku lupa. Iya Januari masih Nemo. Aku baru ingat aku Januari pindah ke Banjar, Masin. Dari Kalteng.
Crazy. Have you all lost your minds? What if he'd actually cut your arm off?
Then I just have to hold my claymore with my left arm. Okay, I'm sorry. But sometimes when you're out on a limb, you gotta double down to seal the deal, you know?
Don't ever make a promise like that again. I can deal with the likes of them. If it came down to it, you would not lose to them either.
I don't doubt it, Sino. But this is about more than me and them. There's a lot more where they came from. Even if we got rid of one bunch of radicals, there are others out there. Wiping them out would do more harm than good.
I'm sorry, Dia. I should have stayed put.
By the way, kalau lu gak tahu ini spoiler loh. Arkhon quest kedua. Ketiga tapi Act 4 ya kayaknya.
It's okay. I promised you I'd help find your grandpa.
Yang satunya rame loh, kalau yang banyak hype-nya. Yang satu rame.
Whatever it takes.
Teriak kayak cewek ya.
Scholar material.
Bukan ke cewek, mungkin ke monyet lebih tepatnya aku teriak.
Are you serious?
Ada
The Eremites once said
ada karakter pokoknya dia teriak ke monyet.
Essential to be successful in research.
Jadi nyesal aku gacha Sino. Mending gacha karakter itu.
Why does it feel like he's using his praise for me as an excuse to brag about himself? Okay, let's get moving.
Ini aku cek ya. Please. Perlu istirahat juga kepala aku. Dari tadi story itu. Please. Yos, akhirnya. Emang ada. Kayak gini kok, sebenarnya karakter kurang untuk sekarang karena dendronya sedikit. Oh, saya 6 hutau kan. Sekarang saya 6 ganyo. Ya asik loh karakter Sumeru. Sumeru karakter siapa aja? Oh ya, nggak ada yang bagus ya. Cuman Elektro aja kebab. Karakter Sumeru. Karakter Sumeru B4-nya. Dah, baru sadar aku ya. Titori juga gak bagus. Udah kemarin gue. Yo, ingat aku. Ya, bukan karakter Sumeru emang gak ada yang bagus masih ya. Enggak kayak Inazuma kan karakter Inazuma paling pertama Kazuha dan Kazuha paling bagus. Ya, termasuk. Kayaknya pas Dendro Arkhon keluar baru Dendro secara menyeluruh bagus banget timnya. Sama Sumeru ada karakter yang OP dari Sumeru yaitu Dendro Arkhon. Kemungkinan tunggu Nahida aja bakal meta ya. Dia OP banget. Enggak, bukan OP ya. Pokoknya dia, aku nggak tahu OP atau enggak. OP itu artinya wajib pull ya. Kalau Nahida kayaknya dia nggak tahu ya wajib di pull atau enggak. Tapi dia Dendronya coba bagus banget. Semua unit yang perlu Dendro bakalan kebab kalau ada Nahida. Ini kenapa yang akunmu tadi diapain? Bilang nggak salah, kamu terakhir nggak gacha, nggak punya C6 ganyo, aku ingat. Udah punya C6 ganyo, artinya udah ganti. Senjatanya apa aja? Achievementnya 700. Aduh, gue baru bilang C6 ganyo dan sekarang udah tercapai. Iya. Omedetou. Hah? Aku kira artinya enggak 4 set wanderer. Lumayan ya. Berapa set kayak ini nih? 68 tambah 68. 8 236 kah? Enggak tahu pokoknya 230-an atau 240-an. Tahu aku malas pakai kalkulator. Aku tahu C6 kan? Yula, jangan bilang Yula. Kalau Yula aku gak pernah pakai lagi. Terakhir gue mau nabung buat C3 Raiden punya aku kan C3 apa C2 kemarin habis berapa kira. Akunku beruntung banget kalau yang itu gacanya. Astaga, sumpah beruntung banget. Aku kayak gimana mau bilangnya? 30 aja kayaknya habis primo. Sekali aku kalah 50-50 sekali. Habis itu ada dapat Raiden 10 kali gacha dapat 2 Raiden. Lalu gacha lagi 10 kali, anggap aja pokoknya gitu ya. Kalah 50-50-nya cuma sekali. Itu beruntung banget loh. Makanya habis 30 aja primo. 30 bilang nggak salah, nggak sampai 40-an. Pokoknya 20 sampai 30-an. Tapi aku nggak aku tunjukin ya di sini Raidenku. Jujur itu beruntung banget. Saking beruntungnya aku juga gak percaya. Tapi aku gak mau gitu. Ketiga yang gue punya jadi gak punya Raiden sama sekali ya. Itu aku sebenarnya nggak ngincar C3 sebenarnya ya. Aku ngincar C2. Dan di kemungkinan itu aku gak dapat C2 ada karena kasandai aku kalah 50-50 2 kali. Aku gak dapat C2 Raiden sebenarnya. Sebenarnya ya. Tiba-tiba malah menang aku. Kaget aku, senang banget aku pas hari itu. Sampai sekarang aku masih senang karena Raiden OP banget. Kalau konstelasinya benar-benar worth it. Di akunku yang itu ya. Kalau di akunku yang lain ini kayaknya aku mau gacha Nahida sama senjatanya aja, nggak tahu konstelasinya ya. Kalau konstelasi. Tapi kayaknya aku mau end. Panasan aku. Aku mau kelarin quest ini tapi ntar aja. Aku malam nggak bisa main, internet lelet. Gue ganyu gue dari C2 ke C6 kalah op satu habis 50 kan. Oh, beruntung banget itu artinya. Gue Raiden senjata dulu deh baru kos. Ya, Raiden itu bagus senjata dulu sih sebenarnya ya. Konstelasinya juga bagus tapi ya mending senjata aja ya. Raiden dekat lagi kan Riran mungkin 3.3 bareng Skara atau next sama Skara gak tahu. Raiden kayaknya aku cuma akun itu aja yang perlu C3 atau C2. Aku nggak perlu lagi gacha di akun lain. Bener sih terlalu kuat tapi ya karena itu aku pakai Raiden terus jadi gak asik. Aku karakterku yang lain gak aku pakai karena aku pakai Raiden terus. Cuma sekarang 23k ya sih. Nahida gimana? Kamu skip Nahida berarti? Aku berapa ya? Aku gacha Sino menang sih. Tapi ya Sino ya Sino gitu. Aku banyak akun, jadi jangan disamain kalau menang atau kalah. Aku gak peduli sebenarnya karena akunku banyak. Aku sekarang main 4 akun, dulu kan 3. Sama waktu itu ada delay kan? Delay di mana gitu di Genshin. Yang Ayaka lama itu, jadinya aku pas waktu delay itu aku main akunku yang gak kepake, mau coba-coba main dari air rendah, ternyata kalau ngikutin meta gampang ya. Liatin grafikku kayak Roblox nah. Bilang nggak salah update kali ini sampai 16k atau 15k loh Primo paling nggak kekumpul. Skip Naida DPS gue nggak menun. Oh iya. Iya di DPSmu gak ada penuh Naida ya. Kayak Hyperbloom juga paling jelas ini ya. Pokoknya dendro elemen reaksi dendro itu gak perlu kalau karakter musuhnya 6 atau apa kayaknya nggak perlu dendro. Dendro asik loh elementar reaksinya kayak Hyperbloom. Di akun ini kalau aku cookie Hyperbloom ini. Tapi ini bukan tim Hyperbloom. Tapi kalau di AC6 gak ngaruh ya, mending gak usah gitu. Ini apa sih? Udah dapat Raiden baru bisa Naida di C3 di 36 nanti bisa biar main quicken. Oh yang C2 Raiden Bang. Bukan C2 Raiden, C2 Nahida. Ignore defense quicken. C3 Nahida bagus, C2 nya bagus loh. Buat intinya dia bakalan buff banget buat tim Dendro. Dendro koranya bisa jadi 100% nambah. Anggap aja kukiku kan 30k damage Hyperbloom-nya. Kalau MC kita pokoknya kalau salah satu unit kita pakai yang ini. Mana? Pakai deep wood ya, pakai deep wood. Itu kalau ada Nahida bisa jadi 60k loh per bloom, per Hyperbloom. Tapi 20% ya ke triggernya. Kayak gitu-gitulah. Jadi Nahida bagus kan misalnya bagus ya. Tapi kayaknya bagus ya untuk saat ini. Lebih bagus dibanding gini. Di PS kalau suka main elementar reaksi, C2 dia OP karena C2 dia itu apa ya? C2 dia itu ignore defense buat quicken ya. Kalau kita nge-trigger quicken musuh ke ignore defense. Aduh lelet internetku. Udah mulai lelet internetku kayaknya udah rame orang di kosan. Sumpah lelet banget dah internetku kayaknya udah pulang orang kosan. Nggak bisa dimainin dah. Nggak bisa dimainin lagi dah nih. Enggak, ini kayaknya nggak bisa lagi dimainin aku. Kalau lo mau out aja. Kalau kedengaran nggak suaraku. Lelet banget dah internetku kayaknya. Orang kosan pada pulang, jadinya lelet internet. Diam diserang bujur bukan, ini orang kosan. Karena orang kosannya banyak ya, jadi aku main pas orang kosan nggak ada. Pas udah makanya malam aku nggak bisa live atau apa itu karena orang kosan rame. Seandainya aku live malam itu pakai paket. Ini kalau orang nggak banyak langsung lelet internet. Ini udah mulai lelet loh. Oh, banyak pemakaian ya, banyak pemakaian. Bayangkan ada 6 kamar ya. 6 kamar itu orang punya HP dan salah satunya pasti punya laptop kan. Habis itu ada kamar apa nih? Kamar induk ya. Kamar induknya punya yang televisi yang connect wifi itu ya apa namanya aku nggak tahu. Pokoknya gitu. Pokoknya Nahida tadi aku nggak tahu C2 nya OP atau enggak. Tapi untuk saat ini asik loh. Menarik karena quicknya ignore defense kayak gitu, semua ignore defense. Aku gak tahu yang ignore defense tuh buat semua unit kah atau buat untuk khusus elementar reaksi quicken, contohnya elektro atau dendro.
There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it.
Moderatornya Winda saudara kebanyakan gak sih? Emang banyak kah? karena gak kontak reaksi dendro. Ya pokoknya C2 dia tuh ngaruh ke elemen reaksi dendro loh. Asik loh main dendro, aku suka banget pakai dendro. Apalagi di tim catching ya, tim catching. Aggravate asik dipakai saat ini. Catching bener-bener kebab loh. Oh.
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade, it is the last link I have to the land of my birth.
Commute aku kalau makasih ya udah mampir. Aku kayaknya mau end abis ini. Lelet banget deh internetku, nggak bisa lagi main. Aku juga kalau main Genshin palingan pakai paket lo malam atau apa. Lag banget jaringanku sumpah. Wen yo. Bye bye, makasih yo.